What's up, Sportman family? It's your boy Sportman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Don't mind me, I got my little cart right here for my Market Watch. I actually saw this in the store recently. I had to get it. It's so fitting for the channel now, especially with a thumbnail. But just a little laughter right there. But we'll show this off every now and then. But we even got a card inside of it as well. That being the Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, the QCR, the Japanese, that is Gem Mint 10. Really cool. It's so nice. Let's show it twice, right? Obviously, can't see the best of it here on that camera, but it's really cool nonetheless. And yeah, like I said, we'll show off that card every now and then during Market Watch, but yeah, let's get right to it. All right, first up on the docket is, yes, the ultra rare cards of crossover breakers. And no surprise why we're going over this one first, as card prices have started to go down here in the market, which is really nice to see, especially if those who want to play at a competitive level and want to play these decks, especially Ryziel, Malice, these high performance decks that are going to be definitely topping at your locals, at your YCS. And during YCS season, you definitely want to be able to afford these cards and now have these card prices start to sell down. Maybe it's time to start buying into them as well. Could the card price continue to go down? Sure, but again, they have definitely settled down from what it once was as well. So just keep that in mind as well. Sky Striker Ace Ray. Oh my lord, 8 listings left, and this card has just skyrocketed into the stratosphere. I mean, now we're looking at 320 basically for your verified seller and above. So that is absolutely wild. This card is absolutely going up at a tremendous speed. That is infinite impermanence. I would just keep an eye on. 19 listings left at the QCR, and this card is continuously going up. We're not too far away from the $100 price tag, and this one to actually go up into the stratosphere as well. And talk about stratosphere, we gotta talk about these cards, these staple cards that people were really undervaluing. And one thing we talked about on the channel months ago when these cards were out for Ready Collection 1 is that staple cards at QCR prices at when it was first brought out was something to buy into, because they would only go up because at certain times throughout the season, whether it be 2025 YCS season, 2026 YCS season, whether it be a different year, whatever year it is, these cards are staples, so they will go up depending on what is being played. And at times these will be very necessity cards that will be needed, whether it be in your main deck or your side deck. These cards will be needed at some point, and they will go up at some point, especially being high rarity cards that was affordable once it came out. And I mean affordable at the $18 price tag. Now we're looking at what? Yes, $40, basically doubling of what it was worth here only a few months ago. So just keep that in mind. These card prices don't slow down, especially staple cards that are high rarity cards. They don't slow down price. And talk about staple cards, Crossout Designator. Keep your eye on this one, as this one is not too long for going up as well. Dimension Shifter is another one. We saw the little dip, right? But now starting to see its peak back up. So just keep aware of these things moving forward. These things are definitely something not to play around with when you're trying to invest in cards, and especially invest into the market, but also at a competitive level. These cards, when you're trying to buy them cheaper, it's good to buy them at a quicker pace than waiting all this time, especially again staple cards. These cards are staples. Mulcharmy, we talked about this one when it was at $30. It was ridiculously low. It was too low. And now the price tag has definitely gone up for this one as well. Now people are debating whether this might be in Stampede. That's why we see a little bit of a hit here. This was at $80 only a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago. Now at $60 or so. So just be aware of that as well. People are just a little frightened with Stampede, especially with Fuelios now being in Stampede. And talking about Fuelios, this next thing on the list, this has gone under 100, so just be aware of that as well. But again, this is cards, these two cards, Pirelli and Fuelios, though it's probably going to get reprinted in next summer here or next spring. Keep in mind, we still have YCS events to go through. We still have locals and people wanting to compete and wanting to play the game at a high level and to win. These cards are going to be needed, and if they didn't pick them up already, they're going to look to you, if you have them, to pick them up. And especially with the card still being at a pretty high price, I would just consider still, keeping that in mind as you're moving forward as well. All right, Ultimate Slayer, we've talked about this card a lot. And we talked about this card when it was so cheap. I think it was under $10 at one point. And now, holy moly, over $25 into the $30 range soon. So just be aware of that moving forward. One thing to note, the Dark Magician Girl QCR that was above $30 for the longest time. Now look at the price tag, 118 listings and under $10. So if you've been looking to pick this one up, especially if you're a DMG fan or just an old era of Yu-Gi-Oh!, fan, this is the time to pick these cards up, especially with it being so cheap. Blue Eyes White Dragon, the chicken version of this card from back in 2022, the tin version, is under $10 as well. So just want to put that on your radar if you didn't know that. It's a really cool card to pick up, especially with Blue Eyes support coming out. And if you want to play, a different look of a Blue Eyes, this is actually a really cool one. And I actually do like this one myself. I actually picked up 3 of them this week, so I would consider picking them up as well. Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon. I told you we'd be talking about this card, but just the TCG version. I got the Japanese QCR. This one is going up in price, so just be aware of that as well. We saw this card all the way at $39. Now look at the price tag, everybody. Starting to see its way up into the $55 to $60 very soon. 15 listings left, and when we talk about it, low listings mean high price tags. So just be aware of that moving forward, as well as Rage of the Abyss is still peeking out some cards here in the market as well. The Bishil package is nothing to sleep on. It's always going to be something to be reckoned with. The Bishil Rebellion cards going up. Druid Swarm. These cards are good cards, staple cards, that is, for many packages out there, especially to combat a lot of different archetypes here as well. So just be aware of that moving forward. Bonfire has not slowed down. You see that little dip right here, but now starting to see that pick me up. Just be aware of that moving forward, as now we're heading into $30, above $30, and even I would say close to 35 soon. So just be aware of that, as well as the QCRs is going up. And I am covering more or less the QCRs of this card because we're talking about competitive level playing, and competitive level playing means high-rarity cards are probably going to get purchased here. And that being triple tax stores is something to keep an eye on as well. And this one starts to dip a little bit, so I would buy on the dip before it starts going up. And again, it's a staple card. Staple cards go up over time, so just don't sleep on these cards. Trade-in. Trade-in is going to be very valuable. All these dragon cards and support that's coming out very soon, you're going to see trade-in start having some value, and we're already seeing it here, as trade-in was around $11 not too long ago, now above $20. So just be aware of this, as trade-in is not to be slept on as well. Okay, that's about it for Market Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed today's Market Watch. Let me know your comments, your thoughts, and everything down below. What do you think about my new little market cart here in person now? And yeah, that's about it for this Market Watch. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please try and comment, and peace out, YouTube.